Hey everyone, Kevin Oviello here from Granite State Karate, coming at you with our life skill communication. We're going to talk about the 5 and 1 senses, right? The 5 and 1 senses are so crucial for our children to understand and recognize for communication. Well, what are they, right? So we have sight, we have hearing, we have taste, we have touch, we have smell. Those are the major ones, and then we have the 6th sense, right? And we'll get into it a little bit later in the video. So let's talk about the 3 most important senses. Well, number 1 is sight. Number 2, okay, is hearing, and number 3 is touch. So prime example, either the common handshake or the hug. Well, let's break it down in those 3 important senses, right? Well, 1 is sight. Obviously, we have to look to make sure that the person wants to acknowledge us to shake our hands. So we have to be visually aware, or that hug, and we have to make sure we see that eye contact. You know, let them know that, hey, we're really serious about that. Number 2, okay, is hearing. Hearing the introduction of the person saying hi or hello, or introducing themselves as, hi, my name is, and so forth. That's the hearing part of the sense, right? And then the 3rd one is touch. It's either the embracement, the hug, the grip of the handshake. You know, we all know that certain hugs might be not so comforting. Some are really comforting. Handshakes too. I mean, there's handshakes that could be aggressive. There could be handshakes that are not interested. And then for our children, we'll understand with those 3 main senses to be able to be a better communicator with that person that they're introducing themselves to, right? Prime example, one of my children that plays soccer, I met one of his teammates, right, and a good friend, his father. Gentleman stood up, looked me in the eye, introduced himself, shook my hand. It's probably one of the best handshakes I've ever had, and at least in a long time. It was a great experience. So when we understand those senses and in relationships to that, those 3 important senses are very important for our children to understand the communication aspect. So the handshake's a great example. Now, let's not forget about taste and smell. So taste, okay, put it this way. 2 young men, young boys, right, going to the country store, reminiscing about memories or talking about what they want to be when they grow up. They're sharing, or they're each having their own soda, or each of them are having an ice cream. But they're creating those memories and those communications just alone by having that taste of the soda or of the ice cream. So that sense can work that way with communication as well. Now let's look at smell. 2 girls trying out perfume. They're each trying it out, smelling it. They're creating a conversation by smelling the perfume, right? Or smelling the candle. But it's creating that conversation. So if you really look at it, all 5 senses are all crucial in communication. Now let's talk about the 6th sense, right? What is that, right? It's intuition, gut feeling. You're gonna know after a period of time, especially, you know, since all these other videos have been talking about communication, you're gonna know deep down inside is, you know, this person's gonna be a great person to be friends with. I mean, I know that I had that many experiences, and sometimes, you know, that experience might be not so great, but they end up being a great friend later on. So you just never know, but you'll know that gut feeling whether to stick with that communication with that individual or not continue with it, and then just probably move along. So again, the 5 and 1 senses, making sure you know, using that handshake mentality or understanding that handshake, you know, really analyze the handshake or the hug. And obviously don't forget, just because, you know, taste and smell might not be the top 3 of communication with the 5 and 1 senses, right? It's still an important part. It can create a conversation, a communication aspect, just by, you know, drinking the soda or eating the ice cream or smelling the perfume or smelling that candle, creating that sense of communication. And the 6th sense, let's not forget about that. That gut feeling, the good vibes that you get from that other person, the connection that you're getting. I mean, come on. We all know that we had a connection with someone, no matter who it is, right? Doesn't really matter. All right, so again, this is the communication skill. We're talking about the 5 and 1 senses, and it's an important aspect of communication. So teach your children and understand these 5 senses, and also make sure they understand about the 6th sense too as well. You guys make it a great day. Please share the video, please. Someone could really benefit this to help be a better communicator, whether it's an adult or even a child, or a parent helping their child become a great communicator. You guys make it a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.